Hello, my name is Yash Niranjan Hemmady.
My name is Bhavik.
We both are graduate students at Indiana University Bloomington from Luddy School of Informatics, and we are pursuing our Masters of Science in Human Computer Interaction and Design. So, coming to this poster and the design paper in general, it is our exploratory approach on how technology could help or play a role in reminding us to be grateful or help us communicate, express, or share our gratitude in ways possible. We approach this design prompt by understanding what gratitude actually means, by exploring how people in general express their gratitude by performing few known gratitude practices such as writing a gratitude journal, letter, and more. The readings of Robert Emmons were quite influential to create or clearer concepts of gratitude and its peripheral qualities such as motivation, happiness, and the surprise factor, etc. We notice that people most often share their gratitude with family, friends, or people they interact with most. But what about people that we don't see or notice? People working behind the scenes.
We wanted to design a concept that would be pragmatic and based on current real world scenarios or the felt experiences around us. Hence, we decided a concept called Gratifood, which coincided with our passion for design, food, and also the emotion of gratitude. As one of our initial stages, we explored how to incorporate and evaluate our initial interests and transform those into space of discussion. We created a list of preconceived notions or predispositions around gratitude and planned our research by the use of Gusdill charts. This helped us in our formative stages of design to come up with themes, research questions, participants' demographic, and creating a few hypotheses which later proved to be useful. To help analyze and create a realistic scope, we decided that we would be taking Indiana University dining as a space for our research and creating design for dining environments. The following week, we decided to formally use contextual inquiry through incorporating and conducting semi-structured interviews.
Coming to the research, we conducted a survey and semi structured interviews. So the survey was carried out, and we were able to include 32 participants. And post our survey, we recruited some of the interviewees through the survey data itself. These interviews were semi structured and each had a time span maximum of 30 minutes. These interviews revealed some key qualitative insights, like invisible workers are not satisfied with their job as it lacked motivation and acknowledgement for their effort and their wages. This also closely intertwined with the theme of our design paper, which surrounded around gratitude. These insights were crucial and helped us in our next stage of carrying out the ideation process. We piloted our research findings over affinity diagrams. However, plotting the affinity diagrams weren't the only thing that we had to do. Hence, extrapolating essential data, and we took up the bottom up approach to help codify our design frame, which would then help us during the ideation and design of the product.
Now that we have plotted our findings from the interviews and surveys onto the affinity diagram, we performed a round of conceptual relays where each team member comes with initial concept and then built on each other's idea. At the end of this activity, we created a few micro designed ideas and on further discussion, we refined and combined them together. We then sketched high level scenarios and storyboards to visualize our design idea in a more productive way. Our initial design was a kiosk screen that would be situated at the entrance or exit of the diners, which would display visual data and cues of the efforts of the invisible workers, and that also to make people acknowledge it. On testing our initial prototype, we got to know that the kiosk at entrance or the exit points are often ignored as students eating and diners are in a hurry to leave for their lectures or classes. And upon considering all these insights from our testing, we changed our mode of intervention to a more interactive and a visual way. Gratifood dining kiosk will give students or dining customers a way to show appreciation towards the invisible workers and become more aware about their meals at the time. The kiosk interface would mainly consist of three sections.
So, overall, all screens hover around a common area to acknowledge and encourage an attitude of gratitude towards the back staff that work silently behind the screens or behind the scenes of we are called as invisible workers over here. Cheerometer or cheer the dining team was ideated around the concept of motivation in stadiums. These have asynchronous cheerometer, which the diners can engage with, and once the progress bar is full of cheers, the dining staff inside would hear a loud cheer motivating them and thanking them for their continued effort. People of IU Dining is conceptualized to help the diners convey their gratitude to IU individual workers. So, the working individuals and not a team. The invisible workers would be shown on the screen with what role they play in the dining work, hence giving more context about their work. The users can then choose from the predefined messages or write their own gratitude or thanking messages. The dining staff can receive these randomly at their swipe in or swipe out of their swift shifts or through emails, creating an element of surprise and also motivating them before starting or after completing their shift. Beyond the plate is the third and the final concept in our kiosk that will help visualize what a meal consists of, and it would give more information about sourcing and ingredients, how it's made, and who made the meal. Hence, informing as well as invoking a sense of gratitude, not just for the invisible workers, but also for the meal in itself.
So, summing up, our key feature of the Gratifood kiosk is not only to make diners aware of the invisible dining workers, but also an artifact to communicate and appreciate their hard work. The case of university dining would serve as a stepping stone for a broader community of invisible workers by increasing recognition and providing a means to share the gratitude to them. So let's motivate our invisible workers by showing their appreciation. Thank you.